the meeting of the Wyoming Valley West School District Board meeting on September 11th, 2024. Meeting's called to order at 7:09 p.m. Could we all rise for Pledge of Allegiance, followed by a moment of silence? And may we all consider the significance of today and September 11th. But we'll start with the pledge, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Would do a roll call of the board members, please.
Mr. Wilson,
Here.
Mr. Damascus,
Here.
Mr. Hardwick,
Here.
Mr. Keating,
Here.
Mr. McGinley,
Present.
Mr. Perfetto,
Here.
Mr. Kubuski,
Here.
Mrs. Cassatt, here, Mr. Camus.
I should explain, President Camus is taking a well-deserved a little bit of time off, so you're stuck with me tonight. With that said, we did hold an executive session tonight from 6 to a little bit after 7, where we discussed some contract and personnel items. So tonight, student representatives, we have for the first time, Isabel Carroza. Isabel, welcome, and we look forward to your report.
Okay, thank you. In remembrance of 9/11, members of the Armed Forces Club and class officers under the leadership of Mr. Edward Groth created a memorial in the main lobby. Senior class treasurer and Sea Cadet First Class Petty Officer, soon-to-be Chief Benjamin Zara led our tribute and a true moment of silence at 10:28 this morning. From September 16th to September 23rd, the high school will have ticket sales for the homecoming semi-formal during lunches. Only WVW students in grades 9 through 12 and alumni not exceeding age 20 may attend. The cost is $40 per person. Payments in the form of cash or check made payable to WVW Activity Fund are accepted. The semi-formal is Saturday, October 5th at the WVW High School from 5 to 9:30.
The homecoming parade will take place on Friday, October 4th. Convertibles are needed for the parade. Please reach out to Mr. Chamola or Ms. Sickler at the high school if you have a convertible and are available to drive in the parade.
Members of the class of 2025 will have the opportunity to nominate classmates for homecoming court on September 18th. A final vote on who will be crowned during the homecoming football game will take place on October 2nd. King and Queen will be announced on Friday, October 4th, around 6:45 prior to the game.
On Monday, September 23rd, the high school will have a club day.
Elections for officers of the class of 2028 will be on Friday, September 20th.
Friday, September 20th is an Act 80 day with an early dismissal for students.
The Wyoming Valley West High School is happy to announce that on Saturday, September 21st, we will be hosting our first annual Spartan Carnival. The event will take place from 4:30 to 8 p.m. in the high school gym. At Spartanville, there will be over 25 booths that will be stocked with both classic and new carnival-style games that students will be able to play and win prizes. These games include Plinko, Bungee Run, Dunk Tank, Ring Toss, VR games, Mini Putt, and much more. We will also have food and drinks and live music from our marching Spartans. Spartanville tickets will only cost 50 cents each. A ticket can get you one game, one food/dessert item, or one drink. Tickets can be purchased at the ticket booth during Spartanville. This event is exclusively for our high school students from 9th to 12th grade. We are excited for the upcoming school year and are looking forward to starting the year off with this great high school community event. Last year, over 500 students and faculty members attended the event, and we're looking forward to making it better, bigger, and better this year. Thank you to the senior class officers and the PBIS team for organizing Spartanville.
The class of 2025 is selling homecoming t-shirts, duck donuts, and mums to help offset the cost of future events.
The Gamers Club is currently accepting applications for membership.
Wyoming Valley West High School was awarded an all-expenses-paid scholarship for a student to attend the Pennsylvania Association of Student Council's Leadership Camp. During the month of July, current sophomore and student council treasurer Brianna O'Kane had the opportunity to attend Gold Camp at Susquehanna University. While attending, Brianna gained valuable insight about team building, public relations, fundraising, and event planning. Congratulations to Brianna.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, ladies, for the report, and I'm gonna assume that joining Isabel was Emily Bolin.
Yes.
Very nice to meet both of you, and
Nice
thank you
to
very
meet
much.
you.
Next up, Superintendent's comments, Mr. Tosh.
Thank you, Mr. Hart. A couple announcements tonight. I mentioned some of these on the robocall on Sunday. Next week, we have Meet the Teachers Night in the district, or next week we have it, Meet the Teachers Night in the district. On a high school note, 6 to 8, the middle school, Wednesday, 6 to 8, and the elementary schools are Thursday from 6 to 8 p.m. Again, high school Tuesday, middle school Wednesday, and all elementaries on Thursday. Along those lines, our annual Title I Parent-Family Engagement Meeting will be held during the Meet the Teachers Night here at the middle school on Wednesday, the 18th, and then at State Street, Dana, Chester, and Third Elementaries, Thursday, the 19th. And all parents and families are welcome to attend these Title I meetings where information will be shared about the Title I school-wide program. Then the following day, Friday, September the 20th, is an Act 80 day with early dismissals, high school 10:30, middle school 11:20, and finally the elementary at 12 o'clock. Again, that's the following day, next Friday, September the 20th. One final announcement that I would like to read. We had a backpack that was missing here at the middle school this past week. And one of the parents had sent me a nice email, and I did want to take the opportunity because I think it's important to read it. And I will not read the parent's name, but the parent did say, "I hope this message finds you well. I'm writing to express my sincere gratitude for Officer Sosnowski." Officer Sosnowski is our SRO, for his assistance in helping my son at the middle school this past Thursday. Officer Sosnowski went above and beyond to ensure that my son felt safe and supported as he searched for the backpack on school grounds. His professionalism, kindness, and dedication to the students of the community are greatly appreciated and do not go unnoticed. It's comforting to know that our local police department is staffed with professionals such as Officer Sosnowski, who genuinely care about the well-being of our children. From my perspective, his service contributes to the sustaining a successful community-oriented police program. Again, I want to express my sincere thanks to Officer Sosnowski for his exceptional work. I sincerely appreciate the Kingston Police Department's commitment to keeping our schools and communities safe. Thank you, Mr. Hartwood.
I would echo the person's comments as well. Being at the football game Friday night, it was interesting to watch some of the relationships between the police officers, the SROs, even the security officers and the students. It's refreshing and it's welcomed. At this point, there are nobody signed up to approach the podium for statements from citizens, but I'll ask if anybody missed an opportunity to sign up. Okay, we'll move on then. Mr. Tosh with site log. Andrew, you want to come up and give a brief update, please? Thank you. Andrew Zwally from site log.
And I might turn over some of the questions to Barry, but we do not have any sort of formal report. Obviously, what I can update on from last week is we've made significant progress with the 9 classrooms in the basement that have not yet been turned over. Since then, I believe at least 1, possibly 2 of the classrooms that were not ready on the first day of school have been turned over to the district for use. But we believe that, as we had mentioned last week, by the start of the school week next week on the 16th, the middle school should have full access to the basement classrooms. From there, we'll work towards turning over the wrestling room and getting the basement corridors completed. And then obviously, as we mentioned, the remainder of the work is going to be taking, as you might be hearing now, second shift and or overnight.
Thought I heard something upstairs or in the distance going on.
Yeah.
That's okay. It should be.
But no, happy to entertain any questions. We,
Just one question, the
Sure.
on button for the heat, as we get closer to the need for heat, do we see any delays or anything that's going to stop or prevent us from not having a?
no, we've been,
delivery?
no, not at this point. I mean, I think we've been pretty forthright. I mean, we are committing to that October 15th, start date as required by the ed code. So that's where we feel like we're at.
Yeah, and as Mr. Camus asked at the work session, we are coming up with contingency plans just in case. So
Okay,
we'll be prepared.
thank you.
Anybody else have any other questions?
I just have two. Barry, I didn't comment this morning. I have a question on the bathrooms. How soon we'll get a price on those? I know you said you were working on them.
Yeah, the last we spoke, I know you asked that it not be done right before board meeting. So I'm trying to have that price for next week, that you'll have plenty of time to review it for the next board meeting next month. Okay?
Okay. And do we have a date to set the rooftop units here?
Yeah, our steel fabricator is coming in next week. We also are setting approximately 20 to 30 more roof curbs to start setting the heat pump units. So that should start in the next week and a half. Okay.
And I don't know if this is a question for you. Do we have any updates on Dana Street roof? There was pricing, I don't know.
Yeah, I think, Rob, go ahead.
I can answer that. So we did get one other proposal. We were supposed to get the third one today. As of 4 o'clock, when I texted Mr. Cordes, that did not come in yet. So we do have one other proposal,
And that's just for repairs,
repairs. Yes.
but no decisions have been made.
For
with
the
that.
grant, I don't think so.
Yeah, so I can give a brief update on where that grant stands. So there is a Commonwealth Financing Authority meeting on the 17th of this month, so next week. From what I have been told or communicated, I think it's unlikely that they make awards at those. And so it's likely that the awards of the grants will be pushed to October. But the repair, just, to be clear and then make sure everyone understands, the repairs was for temporary fixes. Obviously, the grant would be for, full roof replacement.
And one of the repairs was due to the tightness of the roof for when winter loads hit the roof. And that was one of the reasons for the repairs. So.
So we'd possibly be a month away from knowing if we got the grant.
Yeah, so the timing of that, it's likely we'd find out in the month of October. And then it's typically about 30 to 45 days that DCD turns around and issues a grant contract. And that's at that point that you can start to, draw down from those funds. But obviously, if we get the go ahead next month, the district can proceed with design and procurement. And obviously we can have a conversation about, how much was awarded versus how much was applied for, and how does that scale back or scale up the project?
Okay, last question. Any updates on Third Ave with the water infiltration project?
Yeah, so we've looked at some different avenues, and we're going to do some more testing on the slab. Also investigation on the existing sump pump and the thickness of the slab where that is, because at the existing sump pump, it was crushed. Okay, so we're going to open that up the balance of this week and look in there to see the thickness of the slab. Okay, we're contemplating moving the sump pumps from against the wall to more of the center of the rooms, and then feathering the slabs towards the sumps, okay, to get the water away from the walls, okay, to the sump.
There's not a design on that project though, right?
No, there is a full, complete design. I
Okay.
think I gave that to Robert, or
I think it's been shared.
it's been shared. Yeah, and I think we shared it. There's a complete plumbing design for what was considered before we knew that the slab was almost 2 feet thick.
Okay, I must have missed that. I don't think I got that.
Yeah, no, there was adding 3 sump pumps, trench drains along the interior basement wall, along the stair, around the perimeter of the coal storage room.
Yeah, I got the wording. I just didn't get the diagrams. That's all.
We can share the drawing.
Yeah, I believe we did it before, but we can share it again.
And going forward, will the rest of the meetings on Wednesdays be online or are they gonna be in person? I did not read the sentence in the disclaimer.
Well, I
so
think-
that was my fault.
Yeah, I think we're gonna get back to having in-person meetings. I think we had one, obviously last Wednesday was the start of school. So that got pushed to Friday and was a Zoom meeting. I think, I'll get with Steve and make sure that they're communicated and coordinated
Yeah, I think that was
appropriately.
one at the request of the administration, just because of the start of school and coordinating with that and the availability of the principals for the schools. So we'll get back on a regular schedule after conferring with the administration. Yeah.
Mark, you have anything else?
That's all.
Gentlemen,
you.
anything to offer, Mark?
Nope,
Not
thank
this
you.
time.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate it. At this point, we'll get into our committee reports.
Motion
I'm
for
sorry.
the,
So
approve the
sorry.
minutes.
I gotta go through number 7 before I go to number 8. Motion for the minutes.
Motion to
Please
approve.
please note that there's 3 sets of minutes.
Yep.
Regular meeting, August 14th, 2024. Special meeting, general purposes, August 23rd, 2024. And then we had the track replacement, change order for the high school on September 6th, 2024. Do I have a motion for all
Motion.
3?
Second.
Motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Anybody opposed? Minutes carry as presented. Now we'll do the committee reports. Mr. DeBoskis, would you like to start us off? for the
Sure,
athletic committee?
sure.
Thank you,
So
sir.
just for athletics, just an update, and from Friday, we approved the change order for the track. And basically, like we said, it required, the change orders a requirement for some asphalt that needed to be added, quite a bit of it, so that they're working on that. I don't have an update of when their date is, but the longer we could give them to put the asphalt down, the better it'll be for the track. That's and obviously all of our fall sports have started. And I was also at the football game on Friday and I think it went off, other than the score, I think the game went off pretty well, but, thank you to Kingston for their support and I think they do a great job down there. From a technology committee, not too much other than we got a call from Dr. John Dusler. Actually has a lot of local contacts and relatives. He's the president of the PA Drone Association. He is very familiar with drone and application. He's a registered pilot. And he actually, in his company, have a curriculum for instruction on to be a drone pilot. So we now we're getting together with our technology with Anthony and with the superintendent and with our STEM room up to high school to hopefully we could get a formal program for that drone class up there. So that's it on that one. Thank you.
Excellent. Anybody have any questions or anything for Mr. DeBoskis? Mr. Keating, Personnel and or Finance Committee.
Just like a brief update on finance. Our auditors are coming in tomorrow to begin auditing the fiscal year that ended June 30th of 2024. I'd like to also commend Rob for getting all of the statements and the management prepared financials ready for the auditors. As you know, he was handed off a big mess in that office, and with the assistance, I'd like to thank Lou also for helping Rob out, but everything is ready to be turned over and reconciled, which is a big positive for us. I'd also like to echo what Mr. Tosh said. Having worked in Kingston for a long time, can't say enough good about Officer Sosnowski, what he does, as well as the team of Kingston police officers for this community and our school. And now standing at the game as a citizen rather than their administrator, just watching what they do with the football games, really commendable under Chief Kochik's leadership for all that they do for the school.
Here, here. All good? Any questions for Mr. Keating? Hearing none. Mr. McGinley, Education Committee. So
Just a note that there is a meeting tomorrow at 1 o'clock here at the middle school for the comprehensive plan for the school district. Mr. Novraki is the chair of that, and he has members from all the different levels of the school district to be part of that. So I'm part of that right now. So 1 o'clock tomorrow at the middle school.
any questions for Mr. McGinley? Hearing none. Mr. Digdon, do you have anything to offer, sir? Thank you, sir. And regards to Mr. Hardwick, Special Education Committee did not meet, but we will meet. Maria, as we can all guess, has had her hands full for the first week of getting school started, so but we will meet and as a committee prior to our next board meeting. And as far as ESSERS, I have a fairly lengthy report, but I'm going to shorten it up. We all know that ESSERS 3 is in process. We can hear some of the noise upstairs as part of that. To remind you all, the ESSERS 3 funding, the grant included a 20% lost learning value. It's about almost $3 million, $2.9 million. That's being used, at this point, we've spent about a little over $1,015,000. English language learning teacher, math intervention teacher, homeless coordinator salary and benefits, and high school counselor salary. The other part of the lost learning is in tutoring, we spent 1.1 million as well on summer academic camps, after schools, tutoring salaries as well, summer school and after school tutoring materials, and the STEM project that we're all very well aware of, including the STEM lab with the state-of-the-art equipment. The third area for the lost learning, we've spent about 242,000. That's lost learning loss and support for teachers. There's quite a few activities here, but I'm going to highlight three. The IXL learning site license, grades 6 through 8, which is math and reading. We're seeing positive academic growth there. Another area is the ARP educational consultant. That's for a title program transition. And then finally, of the many, Spanish versions of text. And I think this is important as we all see the changing demographics within the district. So it's good that we're keeping up with those. Finally, within the educational technology, we've spent $600,000 of the grant, of the total grant dollars. And the other part, which is the 80% of ESSERS 3, which totals 11.9 million. Again, we can hear the ventilation, heating, and air conditioning systems in the middle school, Dana Street, the Dana Elementary School, Third Ave Elementary School, and the middle school. So those are all updates. If anybody wants further information, be happy to share it. Other than that, that's my committee reports, unless there's any questions. Okay, hearing none. Yeah. Little housekeeping, 1 second, please. Under general recommended action, I just want to point out to everybody, item 6, approve sale of used desks. It's been determined that that's $50 per desk rather than 25. Obviously, it's a starting point, but we did, as a board, recommend to change that to $50 per desk. I need a motion to amend the agenda, as fit.
I'll make a motion to
Second.
amend it to $50 a day. In favor.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Okay, agenda is amended. So motion under general amendment, recommended actions, as presented, items 1 through 6.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call vote?
Mr. Wilson,
Yes.
Mr. Damascus,
Yes.
Mr. Hardwick,
Yes.
Mr. Keating,
Yes.
Mr. McGinley,
Yes.
Mr. Profetto,
Yes.
Mr. Kubuski,
Yes.
Mrs. Cassatt,
Yes.
Hearing all favorable, general recommended actions moves forward as presented. On to staff recommended actions. There are no changes to the existing agenda. Looking for a motion on items 1 through 16. I have a motion. Motion by Janet,
Second.
second by Nick. On the roll call, please.
Mr. Wilson,
Yes.
Mr. Damascus,
Yes.
Mr. Hardwick,
Yes.
Mr. Keating,
Yes.
Mr. McGinley,
Yes.
Mr. Profetto,
Yes.
Mr. Kubuski,
Yes.
Mrs. Cassatt.
Yes.
Carries forward as presented. Finance, report. Mr. Kuchurak. Do I need to do a motion? Oh. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I didn't.
That's all right.
I'm learning. So motion to, for finance recommended actions, please.
Motion.
Second.
Roll call.
Mr. Wilson,
Yes.
Mr. Damascus,
Yes.
Mr. Hardwick,
Yes.
Mr. Keating,
Yes.
Mr. McGinley,
Yes.
Mr. Profetto,
Yes.
Mr. Kubuski,
Yes.
Mrs. Cassatt. Yes.
Motion carries for finance recommended action. It's interesting when you have this gavel in front of you, it's a little different than sitting on the sides. You have to know more. I give Rick more credit. So moving on, I would ask Mr. Kuchurak if you have any comments.
No, I have no comments at this time.
Okay. Wanted to make sure I got you in, Rob. Board member comments. Mr. McGinley.
I just have one or two comments. Number one, I'm glad with the start of the school year. Seems like it really got off to a good start, and that's important for the school year. I am looking forward to see the middle school become the body and of the building it should be. We've struggled with that. I would have to say that our cleaning staff and our maintenance staff at this building in particular, I'm sure throughout the district, have done a tremendous job. We would not be in the position we're in right now without their help. So I would like to congratulate them and thank them for all their hard work, and they really did a great job. Thank you.
Mr. Kubuski.
Two things. I don't know if everybody's aware of it, but the trees behind the high school were taken down last week. They look really good. Well, it looks good there. And that should be a help for our staff with the leaves in the fall. And Plymouth Borough is appreciative of those trees being down. They just put a new generator in that area. And then the other thing, I just kind of want to comment, just like Mr. McGinley, I've been through this building a lot through the summer. And in the last few weeks, our personnel, our cleaning people did an amazing job, and they put a lot of hours in here. Dave Cordes was with them. Every time I was in here, he was with them. They did a fantastic job. And I know they're still going constantly in here, so a lot of work. That's all.
Thank you. I agree too. Mr. Profetto.
Yes, I'd also like to comment the cleaning staff. I've been in and out of the building several times and they've done a fantastic job getting it ready for the school year. Just a little more to go, but I'm sure they're going to get there. Thank you.
Mr. Wilson.
I have nothing other than that letter that Mr. Tosh read about Officer Sinoski. That was very reassuring, and he's a professional in his career, and I just like to congratulate him. He's He's always getting kudos along with the rest of our SROs. And I just hope everyone has a safe and good school year this year. Thank you.
Mr. DeBoskis,
I'm good, thank you.
Ms. Cassatt,
Just thanks to everyone for starting the school year off right and continue on a good note. And thank you to everyone.
Mr. Key.
Just something brief, Mr. Hardwick. It was enlightening last week to read the article in the Citizen's Voice about all of the positive things going on here at Wyoming Valley West. And this board, administration, the district as a whole has just worked really hard to start pointing things in the right direction. A few years ago, we sat here with an audited, fund balance of negative $1.1 million. At the end of the last school year, that fund balance was a positive 17.9. And when you look around at all the great things that are being done here in this building, the new stadium, the new turf, the new tracks going down in Plymouth, all of these capital projects we're talking about, the roofs and a lot more to come. I think that just speaks volumes of what we've done together and not raising taxes last year to get all of this done. I'm proud to be part of the board and everything that's going on here, helping to move the school along and to give back to the kids and the taxpayers with what we're doing here.
Thank you, Mr. Keating. Ditto, by the way. Any closing thoughts, Mr. Tosh?
No, just a quick thank you, and I don't want to name anyone because I'll forget a name, but we're concluding the first full week of school, and a school district the size of Wyoming Valley West with over 5,000 students to get a district up and running each year is a challenge. So I'd like to thank everyone in this district who's responsible for getting the district up and running. Thank you.
Thank you. I would just like to say, very quickly, thank you again to Isabel and to Emily for, coming up and giving their reports. Look forward to hearing from them, for the rest of the school year. That said, remind everybody, our next scheduled meeting will be our October work session on Wednesday, October 9th. Executive session at 7 with our, regular meeting at 7 p.m. Oh, that's right. In October, be mindful, there's only one. We're doing October work session and the regular October meeting together on Wednesday, October 9th, 7 p.m. We will have an executive session at 6 p.m. prior. With that, can I get a
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Second.
Everyone have a good night. Thank you.